Hey, what's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another edition of Lisa Renee TV. And if you have not yet subscribed to my wonderful channel, just go ahead and hit the subscribe button before you leave today. And make sure to thumbs up the video if you like it. And make sure to share on all your social media network sites that you're on. All right, guys, welcome back. Welcome back, and happy Sunday to everyone. Okay, all right, so let's get right into it. Okay, so as you know, I'm sure a lot of you have heard by now, Paris unfortunately just experienced a terrorist attack. And we always hate to hear things like that because we know what it's like. We, of course, with 9/11 over here, and then now Paris is experiencing a terrorist attack. So it's always heartbreaking to hear things like that when any country has to experience something like that. So it always something that hits home for us. So let me get right into it. Okay, so at least 128 reportedly have been killed in the gunfire and blast, and the information is from CNN.com. And on a night where thousands were enjoying a soccer game between France and the world champion Germany, that's when horror struck unbeknownst to the victims. Okay, and some were terrorists that came in, some had AK-47s, and then others had bombs strapped to them. So they attacked sites throughout the French capital and at the stadium where the soccer match was underway. So ISIS claims responsibility for Paris attacks. Scores of people were killed Friday in the coordinated attacks, leaving a nation in mourning and the world in shock. CNN, they definitely keep us all updated. This is what I'm getting from their site. So they updated. They had a few updates, so I have just a couple of updates here that I was reading through. So the Paris prosecutor spokeswoman Agnes Thibault Lecurie, she said eight extremists are dead after the attacks, and 7 of them were killed in suicide bombings. And President Obama also spoke with the French president, Francois Hollande, to offer his condolences and assistance in the investigation. So earlier, Obama said this is an attack not just on Paris, not just on the people in France, but an attack on all humanity and the universal values that we share, which I definitely agree with. And he called the attacks an outrageous attempt to terrorize innocent civilians. A total of 6 locations were attacked in and just outside the capital, Paris prosecutor Francois Molins told reporters on Saturday. Attackers entered the Bataclan concert hall, firing rifles and shouting Allah Akbar, a witness stated. The worst carnage was actually found at the Bataclan, leaving 80 people dead. It was described as a bloodbath. A journalist there escaped, told CNN, we lied down on the floor not to get hurt. It was a huge panic. The terrorists shot at us for like 10 to 15 minutes. One of his friends said he heard the 2 gunmen talking in French about Iraq and Syria. Okay, so let me make sure those are all the updates I have so far. Okay, yeah. Okay, so right now, they are trying to still figure out basically like what's the reason for the attacks and what particular terrorist group did it. Like I know I mentioned ISIS, they mentioned ISIS, Al Qaeda, and they're trying to figure out like, okay, which group and basically why and what happened. They think basically it's just like the president was saying, it's just an attack on humanity and just like this major attempt to just terrorize people and to terrify people just for no reason, because I think when you're dealing with an extremist mind, that's what it is. It's an extremity. Anything extreme, somebody is clearly psychotic. So when you're dealing with somebody like that, there is no sane rhyme or reason. So it's hard for us, as sane people, to wrap our heads around why would this person walk into a theater, crowded theater, or a soccer game and start shooting random people who they don't really know? Why would you go and shoot civilians, in a big city just for no reason? Because you're evil, and possessed with something, that, no one really knows, So anytime somebody does that, it's just really to inflict, terror. That's really what it's all about. It's what terrorists, terror, they're just trying to put terror out into the atmosphere, to have some sort of power and to gain control, so yeah, it's like raping humanity. I'm trying to take something from you. I'm taking your freedom from you. I'm taking your will to live, your freedom to live. That's why you have these people. They're miserable within themselves, and then especially if it's like a suicide attempt. So I'm sorry, suicide attack, where it's like, oh, I'm going to take you out, but I'm going to kill myself too. So it's like we're all going out together, and it's like, well, that's also another form of freedom. Your freedom is taken away from you, because you're like, well, if I'm going to commit suicide, then that's my own choice, but you don't decide for me. Like, you don't come and say, I'm killing you, I'm also going to kill myself. Well, you know what? You want to kill yourself, you go right ahead, buddy. But I am fine with my life, okay? Hey, it may not be perfect, but it ain't that bad. Like, I'm not taking myself out, and you don't get a chance to decide that for me. But when you're in a situation like that, you don't have much say so over your own self. So, yeah. Thus, you have terrorists, extremists, a-holes, basically, So, yeah, you get things like that. So, rest in peace to those who have passed on, unfortunately, in this unfortunate attack on Paris. Hopefully they will be able to figure out some things in the next couple of days, as far as like who did it, and so they can kind of go on, and I think things have calmed down so far, but they're still kind of working at it so that no more attacks happen. So that's what we're trying to get things, in a neutral position. I was reading on the site, so far the attacks have been neutralized, but we just want to keep things calm. So anyway, okay. So in other news, Miss Karla Lee. So Miss Karla Lee is the mother of the slain 9-year-old who I talked about last week, Tyshawn Lee. Okay, so Miss Karla Lee. Now I know you all have heard about her. She had used her money, the donations that she got on GoFundMe, and the money was supposed to be able to bury her son. She used that money to buy herself a car. Okay, so she got herself a car, and she went on social media and bragged about it, basically. And she got over $17,000 in donations. Went on social media, bragged about it, put up Instagram videos about it, and people got pissed off at her, and so it was such a huge backlash that she took them down. She took the videos down, and people were like kind of going on there trying to get their money back that they had given her. So I don't think that was very successful, but nevertheless. So Miss Karla Lee, mother of slain 9-year-old, according to Bossip and SandraRose.com, she has, I think she used, I'm not sure there were like other donations or other money that people had given her, but apparently it was the day of her son's funeral, she goes to Vegas. So Fox 32 had a photo of her up online that was on SandraRose.com, and so it posed a question. What would you say if you found out the mother of a murdered boy left town for Vegas on the evening of her son's funeral? Okay, so I think Anita Padilla she's a reporter on Fox 32 News, so she's going to be covering the story. So Chicago Tribune reports that she hopped a flight for Las Vegas after burying her son, and she first came under fire after bragging on social media about purchasing a 2015 Chrysler with public donations intended to go to her son's funeral expenses, which is what I just mentioned. So, yeah, apparently she hopped on a flight right after her son's funeral. So her family, when they found out about it, they were not too happy. And apparently the public isn't too happy about it either. I think, she is not looking too good. She's not been looking, and neither one of his parents have been looking good at all. His father doesn't look too good, and then the mom doesn't look look good either. Like, they just both look really horrible, to the media. Everybody's kind of been beating up on them, and still, no, nobody has been arrested in the murder of Tyshawn Lee. Unfortunately, in light of all this, craziness, with the mom buying the car and going to Vegas and the dad, like, kind of being, you know, um, I heard he was like sort of. I mean, he's grieving, but like I guess sort of nonchalantish because he's more so into them coming after him, because they keep coming at him about his gang ties and the craziness with that. He's like, okay, I wasn't in the gang and whatever. It's just a lot of we try to figure out. It's a big mystery here. I'm like, okay, what's going on with these parents here? So we want the focus to be, and I personally agree, the focus should be on who killed Tyshawn as opposed to his parents. But then, is his murderer who killed him wrapped up in his parents? That's the thing. Not saying the parents are murdered, but does the people who murdered him, do they have something to do with his parents? And that could be the reason why it seems like everybody's picking and poking at mommy and daddy, because we think mommy and daddy have some answers here. Mommy and daddy know something that nobody else really knows, and it's somebody who's tied. It has to be somebody who's tied to mom and dad. So when she's making moves like, I just bought a new 2015 Chrysler, y'all, these donations, and putting up a video about it. I mean, actually, she bought it and then didn't say nothing about it, didn't feel the need to see. It's a damn social media. Why are we in an age where we feel we gotta broadcast everything? I mean, if we go, blow our nose. I just blew my nose, y'all. I got allergies. I mean, what the hell? Like, okay, so do a million other people. We got to broadcast everything. Stop broadcasting everything. That's the first thing that got her in trouble. She felt the need to broadcast it. Had she used them donations and bought her car? She said she bought the car because her son just got killed and by gang members. She felt safe. She felt safety. Okay, fine, good enough. You don't need to you shouldn't have to explain yourself to nobody. So in order to keep her doing that, don't put it on social media. You know how people are. She knows there's vultures on social media. She's got common sense enough to think, now why in the hell did I post this? I got a new car, so what? Okay. And then maybe it's just the way she grieves. People grieve in different ways. I mean, she's buying things, whatever. I mean, she's empty. She lost her son, Okay, it's a big deal. It is, so that's how she's dealing with it. Let her buy a car. She want to buy a car, let her buy a car. Okay, she bought a bunch of new shoes. Okay, fine. But she shouldn't have broadcasted it. That was the thing that got her in trouble, So the whole social media thing, and then now she's going off to Vegas, and but I just feel like they might know something, because I'm like, why you running? Why you running? Why you going to Vegas? Like, okay, but does she know something, like is something sinister going on, or she really feels unsafe? Like, she clearly, like, oh, my son was killed by gang members, and I feel unsafe for my life. Like, is somebody threatening her? Or, like, what's going on here? Like, it just kind of make you want to know, like, now, why are you running all of a sudden? Why you going off to Vegas? And why did you feel you need to leave so soon? Or it could be that she's just a grieving mother, and all this is overtaking her. She just buried her son. She really, all this media attention. You came down on the one about batting the car. And she's just done, okay? She's over it. So she's like, you know what? Let me just get the hell out of here. And, can I get a window seat? Don't want nobody next to me. I mean, hey. I just need look around for the all touchdown. I forgot the song. I forgot the other part, and that's my song too. How I forget that? But anyway, I love "Window Seat" by Erykah Badu. But I mean, hey, she just needs a chance to look around for the plane touchdown. Okay, she just wants a window seat. Give her a window seat. Okay, she just needs to relax and get away from everybody. So it could be that, so maybe it's not a bad thing. I think people want so badly for his parents to be horrible people, and maybe they're not, so you ever thought about that? While we picking and poking, we want them to be this really evil vultures, and they know something. I know they know something. Maybe they don't, maybe they like, look, our son was murdered. We're not who you think we are. we're really just grieving parents is what we are. You know, you making us out to be horrible hood rats, and we not. You know, so yeah. We could be wrong. You know, well, y'all could be wrong because I never said they were. But anyway, that's all I have this week. I just wanted to kind of tell you about the Paris situation and update you on, some things going on Miss Karla Lee and Tyshawn Lee. Other than that, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your week. I should be back probably for the week out or next week around the same time. All right. Well, anyway, you guys have a great rest of your Sunday. Bye.